Ladies and gentlemen, today's ceremony will begin in 1 minute. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Captain Daniel America, Flight Commander for Class 2407, and your narrator for today's graduation. Please rise for the entrance of the official party and remain standing for the rendering of honors to the national anthem and the invocation. Lieutenant Zolap, please come forward to deliver the invocation.
Would you pray with me? Almighty God, thank you for today. Thank you for bringing Class 2407 to the finish line of this syllabus. Thank you for helicopters, and thank you for this country. Lord, I pray for peace as these students have finished this syllabus but move on to their next. I pray for rest. I also pray that as they move to Albuquerque, as they move to their base, I pray, Lord, that they find community there. Lord, I also pray that you bring peace for our country. In our present times, Lord, I pray that your peace abounds, and peace that is only known through you and in your word. Lord, thank you for the families that have come to be here with us today. Lord, thank you for the greater 23rd FTS family who are all gathered here in one room. Lord, protect and defend the graduates of 2407, and Lord, protect and defend the United States of America. In your most holy name, amen.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the commander of the 23rd Flying Trading Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Coughlin.
Good afternoon. I extend a warm welcome to our families, friends, and distinguished guests of the 23rd Flying Training Squadron. First off, though, I would like to begin by thanking the Army Aviation Museum for hosting our ceremony, as well as the Garrison and the Army Aviation Center of Excellence for their daily support and partnership. We could not do our mission without their help. I would also like to recognize and thank key members of the 23rd team for their efforts in getting this class across the goal line. The 23rd Operations Officer, Lieutenant Colonel Cindy Tope. The 23rd Senior Enlisted Leader, Master Sergeant Eric McElroy. Representing our Amentum team, Mr. Kyle Taylor, along with the Amentum instructors of Class 2407. Representing the Order of Dedallions, Mr. Matt Hedger. Representing our M1 maintenance team, Mr. Alan Lanchetta. Also, a very special thanks to Second Lieutenant Logan DeLapp for the invocation, 2407's Flight Commander Captain Daniel America, Miss Anita Valdez, Lieutenant Johnston, the MTLs, the 23rd Front Office team, and the merry band of lieutenants who made all of these details of the graduation ceremony happen today. Thank you. The mission of the 23rd Flying Training Squadron is to train undergraduate aircrew members in foundational vertical lift operations. We are here today to celebrate another mission accomplishment as these 8 officers successfully completed the rigors of the undergraduate helicopter training program. These officers benefited from the leadership and professionalism of the squadron's contractor, civilian, and military personnel. The 23rd is full of true professionals providing world-class service. So to recognize all of my members here, which I realize we have a lot of training still going on and across the country off station, I'd like to ask all of the 23 FTS cadre and mission partners to stand at this time so we can recognize your service to these students. That tells me that we are extremely busy today trying to get done before all this bad weather keeps coming through. Thank you to all of the 23rd personnel and teammates for your dedication to this mission and getting these young aviators to the stage today. Finally, to the friends and families of our graduates. This is not the first and certainly not the last significant accomplishment they will have as they progress in their Air Force careers. It is the strong foundation and years of your guidance and care that got them here today. Thank you for everything you have done and will do to ensure they continue to excel in our Air Force. The graduation speaker today is Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Lemkuhl, the commander of the 908th Operations Support Squadron up at Maxwell, just right next door, a couple hours north, Alabama. As commander, Lieutenant Lemkuhl leads a diverse unit that is charged with the stand-up and oversight of the MH-139 Formal Training Unit, management, simulator phase training, and associated support elements. Lieutenant Colonel Lemkuhl was a prior reserve enlisted airman and earned his commission through ROTC from California State University in 2005. He is a command pilot with more than 1,300 flight hours and 247 combat hours. He has flown multiple aircraft throughout his career, including the T-6, the UH-1H, the HH-60G, the HC-130N, the F-16C, and the AW-139. Hopefully we can add the TH-1 to that sometime soon. He has been an aircraft instructor and evaluator and has served a decorated career both as an aviator and as a leader. Jeff, thank you for being here today to share your wisdom and experience with our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, Jeffrey Lemkuhl.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate the nice words. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, men and women of the 23rd Flying Training Squadron, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2407 and your loved ones. Thank you for allowing me a few moments to speak with you on this monumentous occasion. Returning to Fort Novosel and this museum comes with a bit of nostalgia for myself. This is the first time I've set foot on this installation since I sat exactly where you guys were all sitting some 17 years ago. Graduating class of 0710. 17 years surely sounds like a long time, but I promise you it passes quicker than you may think when you're fulfilling your calling and you're living your childhood dream. Speaking of time, I'm keenly aware that is what's standing between yourselves and your wings, so I'll endeavor to keep this brief. First, to the friends and the family of these graduating aviators, thank you for all that you do. This day belongs to you as well. Your unyielding support and many sacrifices often go unseen in formal ceremonies such as today. But I want you to know that your support is vital to these airmen. The foundation and support system you provide is the springboard that enables these graduates to achieve the amazing things that they have accomplished and that they will accomplish in their careers. Please continue that level of support. After these airmen graduate here today, they will begin their mission qualification training, unit deployments, and they will undergo leadership opportunities. Their ability to serve their nation in this demanding craft requires a strong support system to cope with the stressors in order to perform at a level that is demanded by the complex machinery that you see around you in this museum here today. Thank you again for your service. You'd all deserve a round of applause. Now to the students of class 2407. Congratulations on this long-awaited milestone in your careers. You have earned it. The cadre of the 23rd Flying Training Squadron has equipped you with the knowledge, with the skills that you need to succeed in your chosen profession. They have challenged you, they have stressed you, and you've met the task. So my question is, what's next? You're entering the Air Force during a major transition. Our service is in the midst of reorienting itself to major power competition with our pacing threat, China. That challenge looks a whole lot different from the counterinsurgency fight that I grew up with in Iraq and Afghanistan. You can no longer expect to rely on technological overmatch or guaranteed air superiority. Sophisticated opponents will create complex dilemmas, and I charge you all to be ready, because our potential adversaries definitely will be. Soon, your pilot wings are going to be pinned on your chest. They're a physical representation of your abilities, your aptitude, and your credibility, but they're also but only a learner's permit, and you got a lot of learning still to do. Don't become complacent and think that you've summited the mountain, because you're really only at the base camp. My advice to you, as you sit on the launch pad of your careers, can be boiled down to but one word, which is respect. Over my career, I have found that this seemingly simple word guides me in a multiple of ways. I'll share a few with you, and I hope at least one of them resonates. 1, respect the uniform. You are one of the very few who has volunteered to support and defend the Constitution, and you've been given the honor to wear the cloth of your nation. Do so with pride. As you place these wings upon your chest, you enter a fraternity of military aviators with a dauntingly rich history. If that seems like large shoes to fill, good. Lean into it and make your mark. 2, respect the aircraft and respect the mission. Aircraft are unforgiving, complex pieces of machinery and demand that you always perform at your best. The crews that you lead will also expect that you be at your best. Focused earlier in your career on depth of knowledge, the breadth will come later. We need you to become tactical experts in your craft. Each of you are headed to missions that have strategic impact, whether it be nuclear deterrence operations, special operations, or combat search and rescue. Your tactical actions have strategic ramifications. This means you need to show up over-prepared for your sorties and maximize the training time that you're afforded to hone your skill. Conducting an exfil under hostile fire in zero illumination is not the time to wish you had taken terminal air procedures more seriously. Ask me how I know. Master the blocking and the tackling. Those building blocks will pay dividends when chaos consumes you. 3, respect your team. This gets a little bit to officership. Endeavor to be respected for your character, your expertise, and values rather than solely by the rank on your shoulders. Your reputation will precede you in any unit that you go to, so protect it so that you can effectively lead when that time comes. To garner respect, you must give it. Value your subordinates' time and empower them to achieve tasks. This breeds diversity of thought, and I believe it's our country's asymmetric advantage, so seek to foster it. 4, respect yourself and respect your family. The Air Force and your mission will demand a lot of you. To be in this business for any length of time, you need to strive for a level of balance. I underscore strive here because balance is damn hard to achieve. There will be times where the mission demands all of you, but there will also be times when you'll experience a lull in that mission. Capitalize on the lulls and be present with your family. If you haven't already, discover what drives each and every one of you. This builds resiliency, which is required in this profession. At some point in your career, each one of you will experience something that will shake your foundation. What spooks you is different for everyone. This is when you will draw on your family, your faith, or your fitness to get back in the saddle. Finally, enjoy the journey, not only where the journey takes you. Your civilian counterparts and friends will never truly understand what it is that you do and what's required to make what you do look so easy. Enjoy the beers after a night flight debrief, the Finney flights, and the first Fridays. It's a hell of a ride. Congratulations, Class 2407. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
At this time, Class 2407 will receive their wings and certificates. Second Lieutenant Sean Dalton was born and raised in Sanford, Florida. He graduated from the University of Central Florida with a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience and a Bachelor's of Arts in History. He earned his commission from the Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps Detachment 159. Prior to HTN, he was assigned to the Commander Support Staff, 47th Student Training Squadron at Laughlin Air Force Base, Texas. Lieutenant Dalton will be flying the CD-22 with the 58th Training Squadron at Kirtland Air Force Base. He will be receiving his wings from his father, John Dalton. Second Lieutenant Logan DeLapp was born and raised in Buckley, Washington. He graduated from the United States Air Force Academy with a Bachelor of Science in Geospatial Science. Prior to HTN, Lieutenant DeLapp was the Assistant Director of Operations for the 1st Special Operations Support Squadron at Hurlburt Field. Lieutenant DeLapp will be flying the HH-60 Whiskey with the 33rd Rescue Squadron at Kadena Air Base, Japan. He will be receiving his wings from his wife, Second Lieutenant Alexandria DeLapp, parents Damon and Polly DeLapp, and his sister Carly. Additionally, he will be joined on stage by his in-laws, Major Retired Brent Christie and Margaret Christie. The wings he will be receiving are from his great-grandfather, who was a pilot in World War II. Second Lieutenant Zachary Hand was born in Chicago, Illinois, and raised in Tampa, Florida. He graduated from the United States Air Force Academy with a Bachelor of Science in Electrical and Computer Engineering. Prior to HTN, he was assigned to the Program Integration Office with the 1st Fighter Wing, Joint Base Langley Eustis, Virginia. Lieutenant Hand will be flying the UH-1N with the 1st Helicopter Squadron at Joint Base Andrews, Maryland. He will be receiving his wings from his father, Ryan Hand, and his father's partner, Erica. Additionally, he will be joined on stage by his sister, Elizabeth, and his brother, Theodore. Second Lieutenant Teresa Jimenez Nickerson was born in San Antonio, Texas, and raised across the world. She graduated from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, Prescott, Arizona, with a Bachelor of Science in Aerospace Engineering, AstroTrack. Prior to HTN, she was an EMT with the Pine Top Fire Department in Pine Top, Arizona. Lieutenant Jimenez Nickerson will be flying the UH-1N with the 40th Helicopter Squadron in Malmstrom Air Force Base, Montana. She will be receiving her wings from her brother, Thomas Jimenez Nickerson. Additionally, she will be joined on stage by her parents, Dan Nickerson, Ada Jimenez, sister Valerie DeSalle, and uncle Tim Nickerson. Second Lieutenant Christopher Meixel was raised in South Haven, Mississippi. He graduated and earned his commission from the United States Air Force Academy in 2022 with a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Lieutenant Meixel will be flying the UH-1N with the 54th Helicopter Squadron in Minot, North Dakota. He will be receiving his wings from his parents Nicole and Jeff Meixel and his sister Ashlyn Meixel. Second Lieutenant Savannah Spearin was born and raised in Anderson, South Carolina. She graduated from the United States Air Force Academy in 2022 with a Bachelor of Science in Behavioral Science. Prior to earning her commission, she was assigned to Robbins Air Force Base, Georgia, as a Cyber Transport Systems Airman. Lieutenant Spearin will be flying the UH-1N with the 54th Helicopter Squadron at Minot Air Force Base, North Dakota. She will be receiving her wings from her father, Burton Spearin. She will also be joined on stage by family and friends. Second Lieutenant Timothy Van Beek was born and raised in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He graduated from the United States Air Force Academy in 2022 with a Bachelor of Science in Aeronautical Engineering. Prior to HTN, he was an executive officer of the 22nd Training Squadron at Fairchild Air Force Base, Spokane, Washington. Lieutenant Van Beek will be flying the UH-1N with the 37th Helicopter Squadron in F.E. Warren Air Force Base, Wyoming. He will be receiving his wings from his girlfriend, Freshta Tori John, parents Doug and Linda Van Beek, and his girlfriend's niece, Tabasum Popal. Second Lieutenant Andrew Zampoloni was born in Marshall, Michigan, and raised in Appleton, Wisconsin. He graduated from Michigan Technological University with a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. He earned his commission from the Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps Detachment 400. He will be flying the UH-1N with the 40th Helicopter Squadron at Malmstrom Air Force Base, Montana. He will be receiving his wings from his wife, Second Lieutenant Casey Zampoloni, his parents, Suzanne and Michael, and he will be joined on stage by his grandfather, siblings, and father and mother-in-law. At this time, Lieutenant Colonel Coughlin will present the awards for Class 2407. The Military Leadership Award is an award based on military bearing, integrity, leadership, professionalism, and dedication. Each student in the graduating class, along with the staff from the 23rd Flying Training Squadron, provide their input to the commander. The commander then selects the most deserving student for this award. The recipient of the Military Leadership Award is Second Lieutenant Andrew Zamboloni. The Academic Award is presented to the individual who best exemplifies the highest standards of excellence through self-study, testing, and academic evaluation. The students are tested in 6 demanding subject areas. The recipient of the Academic Award is Second Lieutenant Andrew Zamboloni. The Flying Training Award is presented to the graduating student with the highest flying grade point average throughout helicopter flight training. The recipient of the Flying Training Award is Second Lieutenant Sean Dalton. The Distinguished Graduate Award is presented to the graduating student with the highest overall percentage grade compiled from their academic scores, their flying scores, and their flight commander's ranking. The recipient of the Distinguished Graduate Award is Second Lieutenant Logan DeLapp. At this time, Dedallion Silver Wings Flight Representative, Mr. Matt Hedger, will come forward to present the Order of Dedallion's AETC Commander's Trophy. This award is given to the graduating student who clearly demonstrated superior airmanship and those several qualities unique to Dedallions. The recipient of the Order of Dedallion's AETC Commander's Trophy Award is Second Lieutenant Logan DeLapp. At this time, Class 2407 will now come forward to present a few gifts.
On behalf of 2407 as the SRO, I'd like to thank Colonel Lemacue for his words of wisdom. We'll take that going forward. We'd like to thank the 23rd Permanent Party. We wouldn't have been able to do without them. And then we'd like to thank all of our family and friends in the audience as well. We have a couple of special thanks. First, a gift for our guest speaker here. Just a little parting gift. Hopefully, maybe you'll fly with it someday. I don't know. Maybe it'll just go on a wall, but a little something from us. And then second, for our flight commander, Captain America. We're his last and favorite class before he leaves. So we just had a little parting gift so he can never forget us. There's a lot of words on there. Not going to put him on the spot like a drop and have him try to pronounce them all in front of us, but we'd like to thank him anyway.
Thank you, class. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the United States Air Force's newest helicopter pilots. Helicopter Training Next, Class 2407. Please stand and remain standing for the Air Force song and the departure of the official party. This concludes the graduation ceremony. We invite you to join Lieutenant Colonel Coughlin in congratulating 2407. Thank you for joining us today.